Hey y'all, hey, Erica with Time to Shrink. We are going to do the first part of the question and answer video, and at the end we're going to announce who the winner is of our 5K giveaway. Y'all, this has only been going for a week and I'm already to 6K. Like, I don't know why I'm growing so fast all of a sudden, but I am so grateful to y'all and I'm so thankful, and it's really, really exciting. This little girl's name is Hazel, y'all. That's going to be the first Q&A, even though nobody asked because you didn't know. She wants to get down, but I just wanted to show you real quick. She is a Labradoodle. Her name is Hazel. She is 10 weeks old and we just got her this last Sunday. So I'm going to put her down at my feet and hope that she's good while we do this Q&A. Okay, baby. Okay, now that we're situated, at the end of this video, I'm going to go ahead and announce the winners, winner number 1 and winner number 2 at the very end of the video, so hang with me till then, y'all. Just a reminder, the main prizes were my mantra bracelet that says trust the journey. I have one just like it, a $25 Amazon gift card, and my favorite planner, the Live Rich planner. So it's a nice little giveaway, and I'm going to put some other keto goodies in there also, and if you happen to be a VSGer, I'll gear it more towards that. If you're more a keto person, I'll gear the little extras more towards that, but that's the main prize. Okay, we're just gonna jump right in because there were a lot of questions. I decided to divide this into a 3-parter. There's gonna be one just keto questions, one is about YouTube questions, and one is gonna be VSG/keto questions. That way I can give time to these questions and not feel like I'm flying through it. Okay, number 1, what is the most difficult part of keto for you? Y'all, I did not read through these questions ahead of time other than just to write them down, so they're coming off the top of my head. I really don't have a part of keto that's hard for me. I absolutely love it. If I had to say something that was the most difficult, I guess it would be having to pass on like sweet treats when I'm places that have them. I just keep them out of the house or we make our own. But like if I'm at my mother-in-law's house or some party or something and there's like lots of sweet treats, I can definitely be enticed by that, which is very weird because pre-keto, I was not really that much of a sweets person. I thought I would say my hardest part would be staying away from the pastas and the pizzas and the breads, but for some reason, the sweets tempt me a little bit more. But, I mean, not really though. Like, I can handle it. What is your guilty pleasure on keto? Right now, it is my legendary peanut butter. Legendary Foods peanut butter. Oh my gosh. I could just eat it and eat it and eat it and eat it by the spoonful. It is sinfully delicious, and I have to limit myself to no more than 1 serving a day because, oh my gosh, I love it. How would I stay keto at work surrounded by food? That's a really good question, and I am a nurse and no longer working due to being on disability, long story, but I know as a nurse, and I work night shift, there was always food. So much food. Seemed like there was always a party or people bringing in casseroles or whatever. I was a float nurse. I worked on all the different floors. Sometimes I was like at 3 floors in a night. Always food. So I hear ya. I hear ya. And basically it just comes down to how much do you want it? You know, if this is what you want to do for your life, if this is what your priority is, if getting healthy is your priority, if working on your inflammation is your priority or weight loss is your priority, I think you have to go back to what is your why. And if you know what your why is, then it's easier to turn down that stuff. And meal prepping ahead of time and taking your own stuff that you know you're going to enjoy so that you have something that you can eat instead. Favorite meal prep for lunch? One of my favorite meal preps for lunch would be egg roll in a bowl because it comes together really quickly. It gives me my fats and it gives me healthy veggies. So it does have some carbs, but they're all from healthy places. Absolutely love how it tastes. It reheats beautifully. It also tastes really good when it's cold, so you don't even have to reheat it. That is probably my #1 favorite lunch prep. How many carbs per meal or day do I recommend? Per day, 20 net or less. I don't do total carbs, I do net carbs. I do watch my total carbs, but like for instance, the fiber, I do subtract the fiber, and when I have sugar alcohols, I do subtract them. So 20 a day. If you want to split it between your meals, you can do that, but it really like is a total. I try to spread it out throughout the day, but I don't really break it down to per meal. But if you're trying to figure out how to plan your meals and want to break it down to per meal, just do 20 divided by 3 and there you go, or 20 divided by 4 if you're going to have 3 meals and a snack, and that gives you like the average of what you should have. Does keto help with depression? There is a lot of research showing that keto absolutely can help with depression. I definitely have found that it is helping with my depression. I have had pretty severe depression in my lifetime, severe with some like suicidal attempt severe in my past. And since I've been keto, I'm not saying I'm off the emotional roller coaster. I'm not saying I don't have depressed days, but it's better. I've been able to go down greatly on my medications and stay stable. So I really do attribute that to eating ketogenically. I think it does help with depression and anxiety. I really think it does. I also think my CBD oil helps with my anxiety. I'm a big proponent of CBD oil these days. 3 things I wish I knew when I started keto. Oh, I wish I had thought about this before. Number 1, definitely that you don't have to hit your macros exactly. I don't have to get set amount of fat every day. That it can be simple, that I can just keep it simple. I don't have to have all the goodies. I don't have to have the treats. I don't have to food prep tons of goodies. It's better just to keep it simple. I think that is the biggest takeaway in the beginning, is keep it simple. Simple is better. Just, eggs, make an egg casserole and meal prep. That can be breakfast. Have a salad with chicken or steak or some kind of meat on it, or egg roll in a bowl for lunch. Have a protein and a vegetable for dinner. Done. If you want to throw in a snack, have some wisps later. There's an easy day. How could if I could live anywhere, why? Anywhere that has a beautiful beach. We are planning to retire to probably somewhere on the coast in Florida. We are already like dreaming about it and talking about it. I would move there tomorrow if my family would come with me, but they're pretty happy where they are here. South Carolina is beautiful. Love South Carolina, but the beach is my happy place. Yeah. If I could go anywhere, it would probably be like a Caribbean beach, but I would want to bring all my family. I would want to bring all my family with me and have them close, because I don't live that far away from family. So probably a beach in Florida. How do I get out of a rut or a negative mindset and stay positive? Another thing that went with that one, that people were asking, do I struggle with meal prep? Do I struggle with shopping and planning and all of that? And how do I stay positive through all of it? And if you've been following me for very long, you know this, but I'm just going to say real quickly, I am a person who has chronic pain. I suffer greatly from chronic pain. I'm on disability, actually. I have lots of really bad pain days. Keto has dramatically helped, but it's like this. So motivation and positive thoughts are not always easy to come by. Sometimes I feel like I do tend towards the negative, and I struggle with that, and I work very hard to turn things into a positive. Again, it's what's your why. It's mind over matter. You've just got to do it. You've just got to do it. I'm not always motivated, and I just have to put one foot in front of the other and do it. I am determined to make the best out of this life that I have. I am determined to live my best life, to be my best self, and I do have days that are super, super hard to get motivated. And I guess for me, it just goes back to, what is your why? What is your why? My why is to be the healthiest, happiest person that I can for myself, to take care of myself, to love myself, so that I can then love my family and love y'all and serve. Because my gift, what drives me, what I love, is helping people, serving. I'm definitely a gifts of service person. I think that's why I became a nurse. You could have asked me at 5 years old, and I would have told you I was going to be a nurse and a mommy. and that's what I became. I miss greatly being a nurse, and YouTube has been a lifesaver for me because I'm now able to help again in a way that I'm able to with my chronic issues. So that's a big deal for me. Planning and meal prep and all of that, I am just a big planner. Organization makes me calm. Organization helps me with anxiety. If I have a list, if I have a plan, I can breathe. That's just how it is with me, y'all. So no, I've not really struggled with planning. My struggle has been with executing my plans when I'm feeling bad or things like that. I don't always feel like meal prepping, but I put on my big girl panties and I do it. I just do it. So the planning is not hard for me. The grocery shopping, not hard for me. I order it if I'm feeling too bad. I send my husband or my son. But making that list and getting the plan together is calming for me. And then I just have to put on my big girl panties and push through to get it done, because I do not always feel motivated, right? We've got to go back to our why, our why, our why, our why. Why am I doing this? I'm doing this to make life easier. I'm doing this to make my foods be healthy in my refrigerator and ready and waiting for us, for me, for my family. That's why I do it. It just makes life easier, so I'm gonna do it. What's my favorite color? I love yellow, I love rose gold. Those are, I don't like them together, but absolutely love rose gold, and I absolutely love yellow. Sunflowers are like my favorite thing. And I've always been a yellow girl. And then lately, rose gold has kind of been taking over some. I also love this color, teal. I guess I like a lot of colors. Advice for stalls and how to stay motivated in the stall. My biggest advice is what's right here on this mantra bracelet that you're going to win. Somebody's going to win at the end of this video. Trust the journey. Trust your journey, y'all. If you're making that next right step, if you're taking that next right step, making those next right loving choices for you, then you just need to relax into it and trust the journey. Oftentimes, a stall is not really a stall. Oftentimes, people will not lose weight for a week or two and say they're in a stall. That's not really a stall. If you haven't lost weight or inches in about a month, I would call that a stall. But going back to the negative and positive mindset, I don't even like the word stall. I call it a plateau. I hit plateaus. I definitely have hit plateaus in my journey. And I just question if I'm making the right choices. Have I been making the right decisions? Have I been making the right choices? And if I have, I need to relax. I need to breathe. I need to trust the journey. And I literally wear this bracelet like all the time to remind myself. I definitely have had my share of freakouts. Definitely had my share of freakouts. It took me the first months and months and months of my weight loss journey to not be freaking out because I was such a slow loser. Now I've gone from 270 to 171. So I've almost lost 100 pounds, y'all. And it's taken a while, but it's come off. And just learning to relax and trust the journey is huge. It's the biggest thing. It really is. I guess that's another thing I wish I had known when I first started. That as long as you're making the right choices, just relax. Sometimes you're going to plateau. Sometimes your body's doing something else. Maybe it's working on healing something internally. Maybe you've been sick. Maybe you've got some water weight on. Maybe it's that time of month. I mean, there's so many reasons why our weight fluctuates, y'all. As long as it's on a downward trend, at least my weight went up and down and up and down and up and down. But if I look at the trend, it's been downward. Okay, let's see. Will I do a cookbook? Yes, and I've been talking about it some on this channel. Y'all, I love to cook. I love to feed people. I love to feed people. It makes me happy. It makes my heart happy. And doing this channel and being able to share some of my recipes and cook with y'all and share all of that has meant so much to me. So I decided to challenge myself to writing a cookbook. I am not a person who uses recipes. I love cookbooks. So I know that sounds weird. Love to collect cookbooks, love to read cookbooks, love to read Pinterest, but I don't usually read the exact recipe. I usually get ideas and then I'm like, oh, I want to make something like that, and I don't measure. So making a cookbook has not been the easiest step for me. I have to stop and measure. And doing this YouTube channel has helped me with that because I try to measure and tell y'all, and I usually always put my recipes below. I haven't been doing that recently because I'm working really hard on the cookbook, and writing out exact recipes takes time. So yes, hopefully mid-November, some point in November. Talk about the Keto Mojo. The Keto Mojo is a way to test your ketones and your blood sugar in the same meter. Would I buy it again? Probably not. I think I would probably buy the Keto Coach and buy a cheap blood sugar monitor, because the strips for the Keto Mojo are so expensive. It makes me not want to test because I don't want to run out and I don't want to have to reorder. I absolutely love knowing what my blood sugar is, more so than my ketones. I do like to check ketones sporadically, randomly, just to see that I'm in ketosis, but I generally can tell, and it makes more sense to me to watch my blood sugars. I want to keep my blood sugars low. I want to see what my blood sugars do in response to things sometimes, but as long as I randomly check my ketones. Anyways, Keto Mojo is great. It's fine. I would not repurchase it. I would buy the Keto Coach and a cheapy blood sugar meter. You can get a blood sugar meter for so cheap and the strips for so cheap at any drugstore or Walmart. And then the Keto Coach, their strips come sealed individually. Each little strip is sealed individually, and I just feel like you're less likely to have waste or strips that go bad with that. So I would recommend that. What inspires my food and recipes? Sometimes it's just things that I think sound good and I want to keto-fy. Sometimes I saw it on Pinterest and I'm like, ooh, I'm going to make that. I don't usually open Pinterest links. I just look at the pictures and I'm like, ooh, I want to make that. Oh, that sounds good. Or I will, when I'm sitting down to make my meal plan, I think of things that I have in my pantry and then what can I do with that, or things that my family really likes. I would say I repeat the same things often and then throw in some new things with it and throw in some leftover days. That's how I build it every week. I've done it for so long that building it takes hardly any time. How do I do keto with a family, and how do you get your family on board? Truthfully, they eat what I eat. If I cook it, they're going to eat it. I don't make separate meals generally. I am somewhat making separate meals right now because my little man is having some GI issues. We're having a lot of medical issues, and so we're having to really rein in his diet. He's on a low FODMAP. There's just so little that he can eat, so his is a little separate. But in general, if you don't have a medical reason, I say make the food. It's good. It's delicious. Feed it to them. Now, maybe your family members want to make something on the side. Maybe they want to have some rice or some potatoes or some sweet potatoes or other more carby vegetables. That's fine. Just add that to it. But it is so easy to make keto food and serve it, and everybody just likes it. It's good. It's really good food. So I have not had a problem with that at all. And as far as getting them on board, I haven't tried at all. My husband decided on his own to jump on board this summer. It had been a whole year since I started when he decided to jump on board, and he decided to jump on board because the first time is in his entire adult life, bless his heart, first time ever, he had gained a little bit of weight. At 41 years old, it was the first time the man had ever gained any weight. Lucky duck. Anyways, my parents jumped on board because they saw how well it was going for me. They live near us. They don't eat with us, but they jumped on board. They're both doing amazing. And then my daughter jumped on board for a while. She thought she wanted to try it. She decided it wasn't for her, and so she's back to eating regular. But they eat what I make, and I don't really buy a whole lot of carby options. We don't have a lot of carby options in the house. They're teenagers. What they eat out on their own time, I'm sure, is usually not keto, not usually things I would probably approve of. But as they get older, they're going to do what they're going to do. Keto books to recommend. My absolute favorite book of the year is Keto for Women by Leanne Vogel. It's the best keto book I've ever read. It's amazing. Like, I'm about to read through it again very slowly, and I'm going to pick out topics of things that I want to share with y'all and kind of go over some of the stuff in that book, I think, at some point on my channel, because I'm obsessed. I love everything Leanne Vogel. I love what she stands for. I love how she shares. I love how she encourages the keto community and the community of women in general. You don't have to be keto to watch her and learn and feel inspired and motivated, and that book is amazing. And what's your favorite keto drink? Your favorite keto snack? and your favorite chaffle. Okay, favorite keto drink is my Zip Fizz. Y'all know this girl loves her Zip Fizz. Oh my gosh, I love Zip Fizz. It has my vitamins, it has my minerals, it gives me a little bit of caffeine. It keeps me, I have something called POTS, or at least we think I do, which gives me really high really high tachycardia or heart rate, and I'll get really, really dizzy. I was passing out, and Zip Fizz has been my savior with that. I do have to take some cardiac meds, but keeping my electrolytes stable is so vital. It's so vital for all of us on keto, but for me, like even extra. Absolutely love my Zip Fizz. This is getting long. Let's see. Favorite keto snack? Wisps. I try not to snack a lot, but either peanut butter, Legendary Foods peanut butter flavored, I like the banana one right now, or Wisps. Absolutely love Wisps. It gives me really high protein, it gives me crunch, it gives me salty. Yeah. Favorite chaffle? Absolutely, hands down, my favorite chaffle is my sweet peanut butter chocolate chip chaffle. It is freaking to die for. It's amazing. It is amazing. Like, go make it. I'll link my chaffles up above. And then my savory chaffle favorite is probably the fried pickle. It literally tastes like fried pickles, and I'm obsessed. And I think that's where we're going to end this one. It's been 20 minutes of answering questions. So that's the first Spill the Tea with Erica, question and answer. And now let's jump into, drum roll, the winner. The first winner is Penny Cockrell. Penny Cockrell, you are the main winner. You're going to win the big prize. I'm so excited for you. The second winner is one of these cups that I'm obsessed with. Y'all see this in most of my videos. My girl Tanya over at VDQ Creations made this for me. Okay, so the next winner, the winner of this cup, it's going to say trust the journey, and then on the other side it's going to have your name, unless you want it to say time to shrink, and we can do it like in your favorite color scheme. We can talk about it, but the winner for this one is Dawn Smith. Dawn Smith. So Penny and Dawn, get to me either down below or in a DM over on Instagram and tell me your address so that I can get stuff to you. I need to get your address. So you can email me at timetoshrink.erica@gmail.com, or you can DM me over on Instagram. Those are the best ways to get your email to me. So either of those work. Penny and Dawn, I can't wait to hear from you. I'm so excited for you. We will do the second question and answer, which will be YouTube question and answer, the questions that y'all asked me specifically about YouTube. We'll do that one next, and then I will do a follow-up question and answer all about all of the VSG related questions. I thought I would separate them out, otherwise this would be like an hour long. Okay, bye y'all. I'll talk to you again really soon.